in hindsight, if I had this all to do over again, the one thing I didn't do, is I should have gone to Vince and just said, "Look, I want to sit down and talk to you," and I didn't do that. I didn't do. I did not do that.
Hmm.
Instead, it was like, I let him. I gave. You had to give your notice in writing, and I sent my notice in, but I didn't have the conversation with Vince. And then if you fast forward to, like, let's go years later, when I went back, and I did go back, after the whole shooting match,
Right.
um, um, I had an opportunity to have that conversation with him, and basically mend the fence, so to speak. So, um,
Did he say if he was hurt by the fact that you didn't come to him?
um, you know, um, he just said it in the way, like, he says, like, I've always told you, if you have a problem, doors open, and I just said, I know, but I feel like at this point, since I'd already been brought back in, I wasn't wrestling anymore. I'd been given this opportunity to do the voiceovers and this stuff, and then this thing comes up with Hall and Nash and everybody and Hogan, jumping over to the other company, and just because, and again, this is my bad, just because I um, didn't or wasn't able or wasn't going to wrestle anymore. Um, I should have. I should have had the wherewithal to just go to Vince and just say it outright. And it might have ended up different. It's kind of like my attitude was, Vince is running a show, and it's kind of like my attitude was, he's got a lot more to think about than just me, and so, it's kind of like, whether I stay or I go is not his greatest, concern at the time. I'm not one of his key players anymore. And you know, I don't know. I mean, if I had it to do over again, I would have gone and sat down with the man and had that conversation, and that's what I should have done in the first place.
Interesting to think what could have happened if you would have just gone to him and said like, "Hey, here's the offer I got from Bischoff. Like, just match it and I'll stay." Who knows where your character could have gone or what your career could have done.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Again, in August, that's going to be the anniversary of your arrival in WCW. I can't wait to dig more further into that whole story and coming into the NWO and your thoughts and feelings on that. So it's coming up, folks. Stay tuned for that.